On tomorrow's ballot, do you support or oppose renewing the Lincoln on the Move quarter-cent sales tax to continue funding improvements to existing streets and the construction of new streets?
I do support that. 6 years ago, the voters approved it by a narrow margin, but it still was approved. We had $60 million in our city budget for road repair. And we had an outside group do an evaluation, and we had budgeted $60 million. We needed $80 million to keep up with the need in the city. We're about $20 million short. And we asked for a half-cent sales tax to close the gap. Voters of Lincoln were more comfortable with a quarter cent. That was 6 years ago. We've completed about 62 projects since then, and I would like to keep doing that. We can do it under the existing budget. It will just take twice as long, and the roads will deteriorate even more. I support it. I hope the voters of Lincoln will support it too. It's a continuation of a sales tax, a third of which is paid for by people who don't live here. For every $4 you spend in taxable goods, we get a penny.
Think of all the thousands of people who come here for Husker football games, or just the people who live outside of Lincoln and come here to shop and eat and drink. I think a lot of people consider that that's a more fair way to raise the revenue needed to keep up the infrastructure in this growing city. And I'm doing a little bit of editorializing here on your question, Bennie, but I think most people think that that's a reasonable way to pay for that infrastructure.
I do talk to a few residents that don't feel that way, that feel like it's an extra tax and we're overtaxing the community. And that's why we'll put it to a vote of the voters. We'll listen to what they have to say and we'll move forward.
Yeah, and just for our listeners and viewers, if you're not familiar with that, it will be on your ballot tomorrow in the primary ballot. It's not on the general election, May 6th. It's on tomorrow's ballot. So if you've voted in advance, you maybe have already voted, but we will decide as a city whether we want to continue that quarter-cent sales tax for street construction and improvement. We'll decide that tomorrow.